how did you approach Mountjoy as a director? How did you do you like to shot list? How do you block with your actors? Like sort of some process stuff like that.
As far as the shot listing and camera and all that stuff, I do spend an incredible amount of time blocking everything beforehand and shot listing, because I do feel that the camera movement and stuff makes, you know, a huge difference with the emotional impact of a scene. You know, I really try to think about that. And yeah, it's worked out great. And the actors we got, you know, for Mountjoy did wonderful. But I would never just willy-nilly put somebody into a role. You know, they have to have the chops.
I am the kind of director who does a lot of homework in advance, like an excessive amount. So I will shot list and I will storyboard and I'll go to locations with a camera and like take stills and block out shots, and I kind of over prepare in terms of where the camera's gonna go and what our coverage will be and how we're gonna light it, and all of that kind of homework I like to do during prep, so that on set I can just be with the actors. So my style of directing is very performance driven, and I like, to the point of like, I basically make a little bubble around me and the actors, and I'll like let that DP in, and I'll let the AD in, I'll let the sound guy in, but like that's it.
Just communication, you know, like some actors, you have to celebrate them to make like each after it take. So that, but some other, if you tell like, oh, this was great, next time they will like do that exactly, but super louder, thinking, oh, this is my new thing, you know. So it's super manipulative. I was directing a television show, and one of the actors had like such a like Napoleonic, you know, and I really had to push him down, like out of camera, you know, like in a joking way, you know, like otherwise he was just like eating the set with his energy, you know, and it becomes like a challenge. It's just human communication. There are some tools, you know, and I've seen like directing the actors classes who are like amazing. Unfortunately I forget very fast things that I learn, but I wish I could hold on to them, but I end up just using what I have accessible at that moment, and it's just like communication, whether it makes sense or not. So sometimes I had to trick the actors, not knowing that they were gonna kiss, or not knowing where this scene was gonna go, or like push them, or all of the opposite, like protect them and you know, protect them and by that winning their trust, because they were not actors. None of them were actors, you know.
You know, I think the dangerous thing that can happen is when no one tells you no or why or what for or terrible or go away or anything like that. So I tried as hard as I could to let myself be vulnerable to any of those things, and really listen when someone would call me out on something, and then really think critically about it, because you know, ideally you're hiring the smartest people you know, and you're hiring them because you want to hear their points of view. And so, you know, if you're running a crew where you are wearing all those hats and you could take up that much power, you have to try to like relinquish it or let other people have it. And if you're spending your own cash, that can be, you know, that can be a frightening thing to do. But hopefully you find people you trust and you can let them do it.